Coming up on All Access, the High Point community is honoring lives lost as a tragic anniversary approaches.
A new addition to campus officially opens its doors in just a few weeks.
These stories and more, All Access starts right now. Good evening and welcome to this week's edition of HPU All Access. I'm Thomas Hart.
And I'm Reese Allen. It's a brand new year of HPU All Access, and we can't wait to deliver your news, sports, and entertainment updates right here every Wednesday night. But first, let's head over to forecaster Blake Woodward for our update on weather.
Thanks, guys. We've got storms rolling through the High Point area right now, but those storms will stay with us for the morning commute, so make sure you grab your umbrella and your coat on your way out the door this morning. This weekend, we've got 80-degree weather, sunny all throughout next week. Next week, it's going to be hot, so make sure you grab your sunglasses. Looking regionally, Asheville is going to be 67. On the East Coast, Cape Hatteras 79, Wilmington 76, and over in Nashville, it's going to be 65 degrees. Looking nationally, New York is going to be over in 83-degree land, Miami 88, and Las Vegas is going to be 110 degrees, scorching for September. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Blake. A day the world will never forget, September 11th, 2001. This Saturday marks 20 years since the attacks across the United States made by terrorist group Al-Qaeda, which killed 2,983 innocent lives. As a tribute to commemorate those who died and sacrificed their lives, the High Point community is coming together to host a banquet. The 20th anniversary 9/11 dinner will be held at the High Point Country Club and is hosted by the Heroes Center, whose mission is to honor first responders and thank them for their continuous work in keeping the community safe. You can find tickets and register for the event online through the Heroes Center website.
High Point University will honor those lives lost by planting American flags on Patriots Plaza and hosting a ceremony on Saturday morning. That afternoon, the Student Government Association will encourage students to join them at Cottrell Amphitheater for a 110-flight stair run as the fundraiser for the Tunnel to Towers Foundation.
Even as 20 years have gone by, the impact and significance of this day will remain. Here at All Access, we will never forget.
A Low Country murder mystery has taken another unpredictable turn. Last June, Alex Murdaugh returned home to find that his wife Maggie and son Paul were shot to death on the family's hunting lodge in Colleton County, South Carolina. This past Saturday, father Alex Murdaugh was shot in the head on a rural road on his way to Charleston. Murdaugh was airlifted to MUSC in Savannah for treatment, and he was stopped to change his tire when shots were fired from a truck that had passed by. Now, it is important to mention that Alex Murdaugh was named a person of interest in the investigation of his family's death, but law enforcement says he is no longer involved with the case. Murdaugh is expected to recover. Now let's head over to our campus update reporter, Will O'Brien, for all the latest about what's going on with our campus. Will?
Thanks, Thomas. I'm Will O'Brien here to bring you this week's campus updates. HPU's Department of Chemistry has officially earned the American Chemical Society's certification of approval for their Bachelor of Science Chemistry degree, as granted by the ACS's Committee on Professional Training. This certification recognizes that HPU's chemistry program, chaired by Dr. Brian Augustine, provides academic excellence to students looking to grow their intellectual and experimental skills to become scientific professionals. Our thanks to Dr. Augustine for leading the certification efforts for HPU. If approved by the Commission on Dental Accreditation, the newly announced HPU School of Dental Medicine and Oral Health, with a price tag of $150 million, will be enrolling its first classes in the fall of 2023. At full capacity, the program will bring 180 new students to campus, and Dr. Scott DeRossi will serve as the dean of the school, making HPU the only private university in the state of North Carolina to have a dental school. It is set to be the 10th academic school on campus and the 7th established since Dr. Dino Cobain became HPU president. The Nito and Mariana Cobain Arena and Conference Center, with 4,500 seats, 2,500 conference center seats, and a $170 million price tag, broke ground back in 2018 and is now on schedule for the grand opening on the weekend of September 24th and 26th, just in time for the Parents. Parents Weekend will host the iconic band Train to perform in the new arena. In important events coming up for this week, tomorrow from 6 to 7:30 p.m., Alpha Phi Omega will be having Day 9 of their rush process in the Wilson Ballroom, and Day 10 will be held on Friday. Okay. Tomorrow, the SJ Student Government Senate will be meeting from 7 to 8 p.m. in Phillips 120. Lastly, CAT will be meeting in room 205 right here in School Communication from 7 to 8 p.m. Be sure to check HPU Connect for exciting events coming to campus within the upcoming weeks. That's all for campus updates this week. Over to you, Blake.
Thanks, Will. Coming back from the break, hear how High Point Panthers are kicking off their fall seasons. Stay tuned. All Access will be right back.
Welcome to Freddy's. How are you guys doing?
Meetings.
Lunch meetings all week, all salads.
Bean salads. Quinoa salads.
Heirloom salads.
Frisee salads. Sometimes, guy needs a Freddy's Original Double, Chicago Dog, and a Turtle Sundae.
Make that 2, please.
3.
Absolutely.
If you're gonna be bad, it better be good. Being bad never tasted this good. Freddy's, the experience that puts a smile on your face and the taste that brings you back.
Welcome to High Point University. On this campus, we are focused on preparing students for the world as it is going to be.
Hi, I'm Steve Wozniak, the Woz, and I'm proud to be High Point University's Innovator in Residence.
I'm Cent Marshall, CEO of the Dallas Mavericks, and I am proud to be High Point University's Sports Executive in Residence.
I'm Mark Randolph, and I'm proud to be the Entrepreneur in Residence at the premier life skills university, High Point University.
I'll have the langoustine lobster ravioli.
For you, sir?
The original call was for langoustine ravioli. A langoustine is a tiny kind of lobster. Slight shellfish allergy rules that out. Plus, my wife ordered the langoustine. I will have chicken tenders and tater tots.
If you're a ref, you way over-explain things. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico.
Sir, we don't have tater tots.
It's what you do.
I will have nachos.
Musco Lighting. We make it happen.
Welcome back to this week's edition of HBO All Access. I'm Thomas Hart.
And I'm Reese Allen. Now it's time to head over to All Access Sports with Blake Wooder to hear the latest on what's going on in the High Point sports area. Blake?
Thanks, guys, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Blake Woodard. The 2021 school year is in full swing, and you know what that means. HPU Athletics is back in season. Our men's soccer team won their first game of a couple Sundays ago against nationally ranked Coastal Carolina in a match where MD Myers scored the lone goal for the Panthers that helped them secure the win. The guys then played yesterday afternoon here at Vert Stadium in a matchup against Cornell, where meanwhile, our women's soccer team is still in search of their first win. But this season, they did make the program history on August 22nd. The Panthers played against Wake Forest in a game that was nationally televised on the ACC network. The match marked the first time ever that the High Point women's national soccer team has appeared on national TV. Pretty cool, right? The squad will be playing Richmond tomorrow at 4 o'clock as they look to get their first win of the season against the Spiders. Lastly, our volleyball team has had a blazing start to their 2021 fall campaign. The team is currently 5-2 with 4 of their 5 wins being clean sweeps. HB will now get set to take on the Panther Challenge this weekend up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, as they will take on number 7 Pittsburgh, Bowling Green, and number 13 BYU. It'll be a tough test for the defending Big South champions, but it's a test that I know they will be fully prepared to take on. This is bound to be an even more exciting year as HPU Athletics, and of course, with the grand opening of new Cubane Arena happening soon, there's certainly a lot to be pumped about here at High Point University. That's all I have for this week's sports report. Back to you, Thomas and Reese.
Thanks, Blake. Now let's head over to politics with our analyst, Hannah Hutter. So, Hannah, give us an update.
Thanks, guys. Welcome to All Access Politics, where we'll be bringing you all things unbiased politics. I'm Hannah Hutter. Last Wednesday, September 4th, the Supreme Court divided and refused to stop a Texas abortion law that would ban abortions as early as 6 weeks gestation. When talking about the ban, President Biden said, quote, "It just seems, I know this sounds ridiculous, un-American." The 5-4 decision is not the final ruling. A formal case will be heard by the justices sometime this fall that could possibly overturn Roe v. Wade. We are now in the second month of the Delta variant attacks, and it hasn't just brought a rise in fear of the public developing the disease, but also a decline in confidence in President Biden's leadership. According to a Washington Post ABC News poll, the poll, which was conducted over telephone from August 29th to September 1st, also showed that younger Republicans and Republican-leaning independents are now more willing to get vaccinated since this spring. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, it makes sense. You know, you've seen the numbers are starting to rise, and I think people that are getting sick that don't have the vaccine, they're becoming more ill, and so I think people are starting to realize the true effect that it actually has on the situation.
Right, I agree. I mean, I think it's similar to what you were saying, how people are just realizing that it's better to have some protection than to have none at all. So even though it's not quite 100% effective, having something is better.
Absolutely. President Biden's approval rating for handling the pandemic has dropped from 62% to 52% since the end of June. Biden's overall approval rating also fell to 44% compared to his 50% rating in June. That's all for this week's All Access Politics. Join us next week for more updates. I'm Hannah Hutter.
Definitely a lot going on in the world of politics. Coming up after the break, Gabrielle Baroni interviews one of High Point students and gets the inside details of her summer internship with the Kansas City Chiefs.
And our entertainment specialist, Riley Mannion, gives us all the details on what's going on in Hollywood. All that and more when we come back. Stay with us.
Welcome to Freddy's. How are you guys doing?
Meetings.
Lunch meetings all week, all salads.
Bean salads,
Quinoa salads.
Heirloom salad.
frisee salads.
Sometimes, guy needs a Freddy's Original Double, Chicago Dog, and a Turtle Sundae.
Make that 2, please.
3.
Absolutely.
If you're gonna be bad, it better be good. Being bad never tasted this good. Freddy's, the experience that puts a smile on your face and the taste that brings you back.
Musco Lighting. We make it happen.
I'll have the langoustine lobster ravioli.
For you, sir?
The original call was for langoustine ravioli. Langoustine is a tiny kind of lobster. Slight shellfish allergy rules that out. Plus, my wife ordered the langoustine. I will have chicken tenders and tater tots.
If you're a ref, you way over-explain things. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico.
Sir, we don't have tater tots.
It's what you do.
I will have nachos.
High Point University is focused on preparing students for the world as it is going to be. There's a growth mindset in our institutional DNA. So while our campus growth is impressive, the true relevance lies in how HPU creates an innovative learning environment that fosters the entrepreneurial spirit in the minds, in the hearts, and in the souls of our students. This is High Point University. Extraordinary.
Welcome back to HPU All Access. It's time to head over to Student Spotlight with Gabrielle Barone, who is a special guest from the High Point student body. Gabrielle.
Thanks, Thomas. Welcome to this week's Student Spotlight. Today, I am joined by High Point University senior Rihanna Dozier, who was able to intern with the Kansas City Chiefs this summer. So, Rihanna, tell me a little bit about your summer experience.
Yeah, so I worked with the media relations department with Kansas City Chiefs. I went through highlight reels, helped them get media day set up, sent out PR stuff. I updated the social media website. The coolest thing though was that I got to sit in a meeting with the sports agents, which is what I want to do, and I got to watch them draft up the new contracts for the new players that were just drafted. So that was pretty cool.
Was it at all what you expected?
It was expected for what I was hired for, but what I did for the majority of the summer was not what I wanted to do. Because like I said, I want to be a sports agent, and I did a bunch of PR stuff and media relations, but it was, yes, it was expected.
And I know that that's not exactly what you want to do, but you are a sports communication and sports management major minor. So what made you want to get into that?
So my parents are from Boston, and my dad really loved watching the Patriots. And so just growing up, like watching all Boston sports, I knew that I wanted to broadcast them and like be part of their team somehow. So I've kind of like weaseled my way into deciding that I wanted to be a sports agent for the Patriots. So that's hopefully the ideal dream.
And how did it feel being a Patriots fan while interning for the Chiefs?
It was definitely hard because I couldn't post anything, which really sucked. So I still can't even post anything until the official start of this season. So like I posted, I think like one thing about the Patriots, but I have to keep it like low key because it'd be very controversial if I told the Chiefs in my interview, like, oh, what do you want to do one day? Oh, I want to work for like, the franchise that's against you. Like I can't like say that stuff.
That's
so
tough.
Not posting about any of that stuff over the summer was hard, especially when Julian Edelman retired. That was really difficult for me not to post about it.
Yeah.
But it's okay. We got through it. So.
Well, besides having to hide your true colors of being a Patriots fan, what would you say your favorite thing of the whole experience was?
My favorite thing, I would say, is definitely making a lot of connections and networking. That was really exciting. And I want to end up in Texas out of college, and so I made a lot of connections with people who work at sports teams in Texas, so that was really great for me. But it was definitely just networking was the best part of the summer.
Well, Rihanna, good for you. That's an amazing opportunity.
Thank you.
That is unfortunately all the time we have for the Student Spotlight tonight. Be sure to tune in next week. Back to you, Thomas.
Super cool stuff. Thanks, Gabrielle. Riley Mannion has the inside scoop of everything going on in the entertainment industry. Over to you, Riley.
Thanks, Thomas, and welcome to All Access Entertainment. I'm Riley Mannion. Cardi B's daughter, Culture, is officially a big sister. Cardi took to Instagram and shared that she gave birth to her second child on September 4th. Cardi said, "We are so overjoyed to finally meet our son. He is already loved so much by family and friends, and we can't wait to introduce him to his other siblings." Cardi is looking forward to the relationship between her son and daughter and claims that their house will be very busy but full of bliss. Kanye West's new album, Donda, has taken the #1 spot on the Billboard chart, with the biggest opening for any album so far this year. Donda is Kanye West's 10th solo album to top the Billboard charts. Donda was released on August 29th, which was earlier than he had hoped. West wanted to delay the release of the album even longer to work on different aspects of the album. However, his team thought it would be best to release the album to begin making money. West is now one of only 7 artists with at least 10 #1 albums. With the season premiere of Dancing with the Stars on September 20th, the celebrities that will hit the dance floor this fall have been revealed. Notable names include Olympic gold medalist Sunisa Lee, Peloton instructor Cody Rigsby, who is my pick to win, Bachelor star Matt James, and many more. Joining them is internet sensation JoJo Siwa, who will be making history this season. Siwa will be the first ever star to compete in a same-sex couple. For the first time ever, a female star will compete with a female pro. Tune into this season premieres Monday, September 20th on ABC. That's all I have for this week. Be sure to tune in next week for more entertainment updates. Back to you, Thomas and Reese.
Thanks, Riley. A Burlington woman is $1 million richer following a $25 scratch-off ticket. Antelita Santa Maria bought an extreme cash scratch-off Wednesday morning at Huff's gas station off of Maple Avenue in Burlington. After matching 2 numbers together, she was stunned to realize what she was holding, a ticket worth $1 million. She took home around $500,000 after taxes, and the North Carolina Education Lottery says there's only one more $1 million ticket remaining in circulation.
This weekend, the annual North Carolina Folk Festival is back, located in downtown Greensboro. The 3-day event starts Friday night at 5:30 all the way until Sunday night at 6 p.m. The festival showcases a range of genres and will have over 30 acts performing across 4 different stages. Not to mention, this event is free and open to the public, so if you're looking for a fun way to close out the summer, be sure to check it out.
That does it for our broadcast this evening. Join us next week, same time, same place. For HBO All Access, I'm Thomas Hart.
And I'm Reese Allen. Have a great night, High Point.